to jump on top of the ink shop temporary tattoos. Those are pretty cool, by the way.
It's really hard to get both of us in here.
Yeah.
I'm dropping my phone. You can see me struggling. Okay.
Yeah, but we're okay here. We're
So-
a little sleep, but we're here. We're good. We're happy.
You slept more than I did.
Yeah, I did.
You slept way more than I did.
Yeah.
It's Sunday morning. We're here at the Cup race. We were going to do a check-in before we got here, but our big brains, we didn't do that. We just walked around a little bit. There's a lot going on today. I'm actually going to shove in some B-roll from the shit that we've seen because Daniel Hemrick was on the stage.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things walking around.
A lot of concessions around here. It's pretty neat. So definitely a lot more than last year, for sure.
Yeah, it feels way more packed than last year.
Yeah, which is good. You know, makes it more exciting when it comes to a NASCAR race.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely a pretty fun, unique pre-race introductions, I would say, for a NASCAR race.
So just a quick little insert after this little check-in that we did that morning. After this, we did do what we were going to start calling our Mike Walk, something a very similar thing that we did on Friday with Mike Young. However, I'm not entirely sure what happened. We did our checks and everything before we did the walk, and the little audio box we had was showing bars bouncing. However, it doesn't look like the microphone that we had on mic was actually connecting to the little receiver box thing. So you can barely hear the man as he's doing the walk, especially when he gets a little bit too far away from the phone we were recording on. And then for the second half of the mic walk, we had quite the opposite problem where I think the audio connected, but for some reason it just kept cutting out and it was big booming. And so just for the sake of your ears, like I said, we're not going to be showing the mic walk. However, we do have a couple other things that we had going on that day. And so enjoy these little tidbits. All right. Doing another little check-in. We just did our mic walk.
Yep.
Like 20 minutes ago at this point, we did our mic walk. We got food. Now we're heading out for driver intros right now. See all the drivers lining up over there right now. So we're going to do that. And then I guess we'll be back for the race.
All right. See you guys in a bit.
See ya.
Austin Dillon, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Danny Hamlin, Tyler Reddick, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, Austin Cindric, Young Money, Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and please welcome back the mayor of Las Vegas, Carolyn Goodman, to present today's Pole Award.
So I think the weather lied to us. It said it was going to be in the 50s today.
Yeah.
It is
Feels
hot.
like it's like 70.
It does. But the good news is we just did driver intros. They're getting lined up for the anthem and all that right now. So it's gonna be a green flag here in about, what time is it?
About 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
About 10 minutes? Yeah, about 15 minutes from now we're gonna see the green flag, and so we'll see y'all a little bit later, I guess.
So, go ahead.
Okay, I was like, oh, he's gonna do it.
introduced.
Oh, he's gonna do it, and then he didn't. Then you stopped.
I failed.
I mean, you didn't fail. You just stopped. Did you get nervous?
No.
Camera shy?
Camera shy.
Okay.
So, pretty great race today, I would say. Late caution at the end. Bowman takes the win.
I will say this: Mike was almost right because I think we
was.
said this last night. Mike picked Kyle Busch to win. He also said it this morning when we did our at this point the audience has already seen it when we did our Mike walk earlier.
Yeah.
He picked Kyle Busch to win again,
Mm-hmm.
and then he had it won until Eric Jones
Decided to crash.
I think, yeah, from what I saw, I could be wrong. He hit the wall and blew a tire, and that's what happened there.
From my perspective, what I saw is like I saw him like coming down into under the apron. I'm like, oh shit, he hit the wall, and I was like, okay, well maybe he'll hang on to it and they'll throw the white flag. Then he just fucking yeeted the car to the right and just spun out. So yeah, that pretty much ended Kyle's chances of winning.
Well, at that point, he was already crashing. Because I think what you missed, because you were kind of down further, I was watching the TV because I was watching the leader battle.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him fly up the track, like where pit entrance is,
Yeah.
and just smash into the wall.
Ooh.
And then he came back down the track. He had it straight, but I guess he was fighting it at that point. Then that's when he went down to the grass and spun it. Because at that point, he had already crashed.
Yeah.
So he was in the middle of crashing by the time I guess you saw it.
Yeah. And then I missed the Bubba Wallace crash.
Yeah, you completely missed that one.
Dude, like, just smacked the tire barrier. I was, like, looking at Eric Jones. I'm like, oh, no, it's just Eric Jones. And then Bubba Wallace is, like, smashed into turn one.
I saw it on the replay. I didn't see it initially just because of the way the front stretch curves.
Yeah.
I didn't see Bubba spin either initially, but I was watching the TV, and that's how I knew he crashed. We were... It was a good... Dude, the race had ended, and we were in the media center for a good 10-15 minutes before you realized Bubba Wallace had crashed.
Because, like, I saw him come by. I'm like, oh, maybe he spun out, cut a tire or whatever, and then just tore up his car. But I didn't realize he hit the wall. So
Okay, well, I guess the nose damage wasn't that bad.
no.
It wasn't...
It didn't look that bad. The right front was torn up from the tire, but
Yeah.
yeah, it didn't look that bad.
I will say the parts car went from... Kyle Busch had a weird weekend. He binned it in qualifying... Not qualifying. He binned it in practice almost immediately. The team spent all night last night working on that car.
Even when we were leaving, they were still wrapping it.
Yeah. And then he goes off into turn one. This was also pretty early in the race. And he, like, power slides between two cars that are crashing. Really?
Oh, wait, that was the first crash, right?
I think so. Like, somebody spun over here, and like, we're gonna double check all this later for when we do our video tonight, like a recap and our points. But he like power slid through between two cars, saved it. And
Oh,
then
that's
drove his
right, because
way
that's
up.
when he got rear-ended, right?
I think so.
Yeah, he got rear-ended by Hamrick.
Oh, was that rear-ended?
Yeah.
Did he get rear-ended?
Mhm.
Oh, okay, that part I missed.
Because I remember my brother was texting me. He's like, Hamrick ran into the back of Kyle. I'm like, oh, shit. And then I was looking at the back of Kyle when he went by in 4, and I didn't see any damage. I'm like, well, it looks fine. And then Hamrick came by, and his car was like all smushed in.
Okay, see, I knew Hemrick was smushed in. I wasn't sure who he hit. I thought he started the initial contact and spun everybody else. I didn't realize he was when he drove into Kyle. I just saw Kyle power sliding through
That turn.
the crash, and I was like, damn.
Pulled the Days of Thunder.
Yeah, almost won it. Almost won the race today. So
That would have been a hell of a story.
yeah, it
When-
ended our
when-
streak though too.
Yeah, it did.
Because yeah, you got Friday, I got Saturday.
Mike would have
It's
got
because
some-
he left. It's because Mike left.
Yeah.
That's why. The magic was gone because he left.
He
So-
lived right when Eric Jones hit the wall.
Did he?
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
I was like, how did you know that? He was like, I don't know when he left, but like, I don't.
I was kind of worried though, because like you kind of saw Truex would catch Kyle, and then Kyle will pull away, and then all of a sudden Truex will catch right back up to him again, but Kyle will pull away again. So
See, I thought he had it because he passed him off of 4 with I think like 10 to go or something like that. He
well,
just couldn't
then
make it stick.
I saw Truex was trying to go underneath him, and then the next lap, I saw Kyle pull like a power move and just like went right underneath him on the apron and just passed him on the front stretch. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, they were swapping a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they only swapped it once, but they were close
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, they were pretty close.
Because you couldn't see the TV where you were, yeah, huh?
No, I had the Penske trailer right behind
Yeah,
me.
you had the.
So like I kept
Penske
peeking
bed
over the
box.
guy's shoulder to see how many laps were left, but that's all I could see.
Yeah, that's why I started telling you how many laps there were because I knew you couldn't see.
I
So
was
I
like-
was just like,
I was like, how many are left? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, but I would say it was a fun weekend. I mean, the racing was pretty good. Another week of pretty much everybody on the lead lap. Like, you really saw any lap cars? Actually, I take that back. You saw a couple at the end.
Well, the usual suspects.
Yeah, I mean, Rick Ware,
Whoops.
BJ McLeod.
Yeah.
But
But it was wild.
overall, it was a pretty good race. I mean, everybody was pretty competitive. Even Hemrick, like when he got all that damage, he was still keeping up with the pace.
For the most part,
For the
yeah.
most
He
part,
wasn't
yeah.
falling that far behind.
Yeah.
At least it didn't fall back super quickly. But then again, you also got to go green for it to fall back pretty. And there was a,
Yeah.
we didn't have that many long green flag runs, huh? We had just enough cautions that we didn't have a huge one.
The last part was pretty much the longest when Kyle and Truex were battling out. Because I think, was it a green flag pit stop?
I think we
was.
did.
It was, yeah.
We did. We got through a cycle. We did it.
Yeah. But actually, no, I think shortly after that green flag pit stop, caution came out. So,
Yeah, but even then, it was just. Oh yeah, because Hamlin, right? I think it was in the middle of pit stops.
yeah, Hamlin spun out of his pit stop
Broke his
after his pit stop.
gearbox from what I saw.
Yeah. So he was pretty much done.
Yeah, because I didn't know what happened. I just saw him sideways on the apron.
Yeah. And then like when he came in the pits, I think he pulled out, and then I saw them push him back in. Like, oh shit, they probably broke the gearbox.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No tires today. No tire problems in terms
Yeah.
of them popping off the
I was
car.
worried about that being a photographer. I'm like, shit, a tire's gonna come out and hit me.
The tire was gonna come at us. Nah, I don't think it's that bad. But we had 2
Yeah.
in Daytona, 1 at the Auto Club, and none here.
Yeah. Hopefully this is the end. Well, I know they did some improvements on keeping the tires on.
Oh yeah,
As
because they
far as,
approved
like-
the thing that Penske did. I think.
Yeah.
I think they're letting teams do that now, so that probably helped a lot with that. I'm pretty sure that's why we didn't see any tires pop off.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the team said, "Yeah, we're going to do this now."
Yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. No, I mean overall it's a pretty good weekend. As far as Vegas though, it was a good race. A lot of side by side action. Nobody was able to kind of pull away from each other. Usually with a Vegas race, the leader would pull away like with a 2-second
Christopher
lead.
Bell was gone for a while though.
He was, but then like I feel like the leaders caught right back up to him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I said gone as in he was like
He had a pretty
he came by, and then a good like 2-3 seconds later, everybody else came by.
Yeah.
But I don't think he got any more ahead than like 2 or 3 seconds.
yeah.
I think that was the biggest lead we saw all day. It was like
Yeah.
was Bell's at the beginning.
But as far as like everybody else, they were pretty much close to each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really liking this package. It's
I
pretty,
think it is too.
pretty good.
We had a good Daytona race, we had a good Auto Club, we have been a good Vegas. It's looking good for the first 3 races. Where are we going next? Phoenix? Yeah.
Phoenix, I will
Oh.
be there.
Oh, you're straight. You are going to be in Phoenix, huh? I
Mm-hmm.
will not be. So I will be watching on my couch.
Yeah.
So
So we'll see. It's gonna be a long day too, because we drive up Saturday and then we drive up Sunday right after the Cup race. So it's gonna be a very long day,
yeah,
long weekend, but should be fun. So we'll see
that
how
goes.
Phoenix goes.
Which means another Zoom video.
Another Zoom video
Another Zoom video.
while we're in the car.
Yeah. Good.
Any closing thoughts?
No, because I kind of want to save the overall thoughts for our other video when we do the points updates and shit. So
Okay.
this is more of just like a Sunday recap, which was pretty good. A lot busier today too. Like your legs, I had you.
My
rolling
legs are
today.
probably swollen.
Probably. Actually, when we were going up the escalator, I looked down to adjust my camera. The back of your ankles are red.
The back of my ankles.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause they were
it's probably
from
because
brushing up against your shoe all day.
I think it might be that or the joggers, because they're like kind of like close
Probably
to
both.
my legs. Yeah,
Probably a combo of both. But
I don't really feel anything there, but I don't know.
yeah, you
We'll see.
know, I had him running, and
Yeah.
when the footage is, the footage will probably be part of this video because this is already post race, so you'll see why his ankles are cooked.
Are cooked.
All right, Chris, we're going.
All right.
Um, so for the audience wondering, we're doing this end part more of like a podcast style thing. I got a phone call in the middle of our recap at the track, and we just never started recording again because we had a lot to do. It is currently 10:30 at night now, and we're doing the second half to this.
Yes. A little late, but trying to catch up on a few things. But yeah. What should we get started with first?
Well, first of all, we've kind of already talked about most of the weekend through our end of the day video. So really, I just want to go back and cover a couple of notes that we were either unaware of at the time it happened or just got a little bit more information on. So one thing I want to touch on to kind of start off the video with right now is, or really I guess the only thing we're going to talk about for this is some of the truck notes that came back to us. Because there were two things that were happening at the end of that race that Mike got footage of, and also that we became aware of this morning. So I'm going to start with what Mike showed us.
Oh.
Mike sent me a video probably about an hour and a half ago at this point. In one of the Young's Motorsports
that was
crews.
the pit road incident.
Huh?
So that was the pit road incident.
Yeah, this is the pit road incident. So Mike was hanging down by the Jaskell pit, obviously, because that's his driver. And he sent me a video, and he wanted me to do some sleuthing to kind of figure out what the context behind it was. So I'm going to put the video up right now so the audience can see it. But to describe it to you, Chris, who I'm assuming is the crew chief of the 20 truck who Matt Mills was driving that night. He was all up in the face of this official. Like, it was definitely, this guy was very obviously pissed off about something. And some of the other Young's crew members had to come over and, like, push him away from the official just so something big bad didn't happen. And Mike sent me that video, and he goes, "What do you think happened here?" And so I put on my best Scooby-Doo impression, and I shuffled through all of the fucking notes that I have. So, like, through the video, you can see on the post in the background, it says that there's a 39 on it. So I knew they were in pit box 39. So I then went and I pulled out my nice little handy pit grid, my pit stall selection grid, and saw that the 20 truck was in pit stall 39. So after that, I then ran over to my fucking results sheet and was like, okay, who's in the 20 truck? Saw it was Matt Mills. It's like, cool, now I have a driver. I was then trying to figure out, okay, well, that doesn't explain to me why this man is pissed. So I remembered we also were handed the infraction sheet. So I then ran over to the infraction sheet. And, oh, that's the Cup Series infraction sheet. Where's my truck? Here it is. Truck Series infraction sheet. Apparently, the 20 truck was pinned for improper fueling at, like, lap 91, I think it was.
And that seemed to be an known issue, even in the Cup Series, too, with Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, because they got Denny Hamlin for improper fueling tip. My question is, though, what I want to know, because we don't see this penalty a lot. I'm not super familiar with it. So I want to know if you know what improper fueling is, because I'm going to be honest with you, Chief. I've never really understood that one.
See, I was on the same boat, too. Like, I did not understand what was considered improper fueling. I don't know if it was just because it was the way they fueled it, or, like, if they kept it in and the car peeled off. I don't know if it's, like, a certain type of rule that they have, but, I mean, it was kind of puzzling. I never heard of improper fueling as a penalty, so... I mean, unless the fuel man was holding it upside down.
How do you? I don't know how you fuel a vehicle wrong, but I know this isn't a new penalty because I've heard it called in the past, but I guess I just never really looked into it, and it's a weird penalty to me.
Yeah.
So maybe someone can explain to me what the hell improper fueling is, but I'm assuming those are related incidences. The fact that they had a penalty listed for improper fueling and this crew chief was big mad. I'm pretty sure he was mad for the same reasons. We're not really mad, but I'm pretty sure he was mad because he was wondering the same thing we were wondering. How the fuck do you improperly fuel a vehicle? Like,
Yeah.
they have the rule book. They probably know more than we do, but I'm gonna have to look into what improper fueling is, or someone can explain to me what improper fueling is for future reference, because that's just it's not called often, and it's really confusing when it is.
Yeah. No, it was very confusing, but I mean, rules were rules, I guess.
Yeah, so hopefully we might figure that out soon. The other thing I wanted to talk about that absolutely blows my mind. Let's talk about the Spencer Boyd crash really quick,
Yes, let's talk. Yes, yeah.
because we were on the pit lane when that happened, and we had no idea the 12 even crashed.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was in an accident. Like, we saw the accident with John Hunter Nemechek and I think Grant Enfinger. There was somebody else, but I can't remember who it was. But
I think there were two separate incidents that happened at the same time, because I know Enfinger came across the track. I think he blew a tire or something, because that truck was on fire when it came down off turn 4.
Right.
Yeah, so we were watching that, and then we turned around and saw Anderson and Nemechek had crashed, but nobody knew that the 12 truck was sitting on the backstretch.
I mean, I think you and I saw in the morning that, like, on Twitter, like, somebody's dash cam, you just see the 12 just pound the inside wall, and no caution comes out, and then they come back around the next lap, and he's just sitting there
Yeah,
in his car. I'm just like, what the hell?
he was there
I mean,
for.
I kind of get it. It's like what you said, like this morning at the start there, but I mean, he has a spotter. And I mean, I would think that a spotter would kind of call that out, like, hey, there's a car sitting in the backstretch. I think we need to throw the yellow. So
Yeah, it's like I understand if they had kept it green, if like he had just spun and stalled it and was way out of the way. But the fact that this race was as hectic as it was, the fact that Derek Kraus also was sent down the racetrack in the same spot that Boyd was sitting, I was like, I don't, you can kind of make the, no, you can't, there is no excuse as to why NASCAR didn't throw the yellow there. Like, I know the lighting's bad on the backstretch. So it's like, I know it's incredibly difficult to see with the naked eye that there might have been a truck down there, but you can't tell me none of the NASCAR spotters, or anybody for that matter, didn't see the smoke to signal that, hey, something just happened on the backstretch. And then on top of that, I know for a fact either Boyd himself or the spotter said something. And the fact that he dislocated his shoulder in that crash and NASCAR let it go green until Nemechek crashed is mind blowing to me, that they allowed that to happen. He was down there for like a lap and a half at least.
yeah, I mean, and then to be in that kind of pain, just to sit there with no help is really bad. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they'll learn from this, but I think they should have done a little bit better of a job to kind of prevent that from happening.
Shit, they better. Is this just because I know the different divisions have different officiating people.
I think it's the same.
I heard it
should
was
be the
different.
same. I could be wrong.
I don't know. I heard it was different because the schedules do split occasionally throughout the course of the season. So I heard that each division has like different officiating.
That's
people.
true.
I don't know how
I know,
accurate
like,
that is.
sometimes they have different races, not on the same schedule as the other series, so that does make sense.
Yeah, so I don't know how accurate that is. I could be wrong. You could be right. I don't know. I cannot confirm nor deny. That's just something I heard a bit ago. But this isn't the first time the Truck Series specifically has made an awful call like that. Like the first incident that comes to my mind is believe it was last year with Johnny Sauter. There was a truck that had just crashed. I think they hit the wall. I think this was Texas.
Oh,
Remember that?
that was Charlotte.
Charlotte. Yeah, at Charlotte.
Yeah.
somebody had hit the wall and they were trying to get to pit road, and you can make the exact same argument that it's not very well lit at the part of the track that they were sitting in. It was a dark colored truck. So, like, yeah, the naked eye, the spotters probably didn't immediately see that there was a truck up in the wall, but you can't tell me the driver or the spotter or somebody didn't say anything to alert NASCAR that there was a truck in harm's way, because that was a hellacious accident that really could have hurt somebody. And then now we have Spencer Boyd, who was hurt, sitting down at the bottom of the track with no help for a lap and a half until they threw the checkered and the caution.
Yeah. Like, that was and to be honest, I don't even know how long it took for them after the caution flag came out for them to go to him. Like, I don't know if like a crew member was like driving by him. He's like, "Oh shit, there's a car sitting right there."
It's like, well, they had to have
Did
known.
anybody see this?
Like, they may not have known he was injured at the time, but that's the whole reason NASCAR throws the caution on the last lap after a hard enough hit, is to make sure those drivers aren't hurt. Like, it's always been a safety thing. And so
Yeah.
I feel like from now on they really should, especially if it's a hard hit like that, throw the caution, because it's like it looked like your run of the mill hit. It was still a hard hit, but like for the crashes we see at Vegas, especially down the backstretch, it looked like, from what I saw, your average backstretch Vegas crash. But that also goes to show that every crash is different. Like, it looks like your run of the mill crash, but I guess he hit at a weird enough angle that he did injure himself, and that's why we throw the caution to get the safety crews out there. So it really is unacceptable that he sat there that long with no help.
Hell. Yeah, that's totally how do I say it?
Unacceptable.
Yes, unacceptable. Sorry.
No, you're good. It's been a long day.
Like,
Our brains are still loading.
yeah. No. Yeah, it's overall the weekend was really fun. Definitely busy for us. As far as on track stuff and off track stuff. Just a lot of things going on though. We might have a few delays as far as videos and other stuff we do plan on coming out with. So
yeah, we are experiencing some delays, specifically with the big videos, which I guess all three, because we have a Friday video, a Saturday video, and a Sunday video. The goal is to have them all out by Monday. So if you're watching this Monday, that means we made the goal and we figured it out. If you're not, it's because of the ungodly amount of okay, actually, so that's something I want to cover super fast too. I do not have a laptop. I used to have a laptop that was really good at editing, and then it decided to shit its pants and it no longer works. So I just have my desktop computer. Chris's laptop exists, but it's not the fastest thing on planet Earth. And so between shooting all day and
from like
being
the last century.
yeah. So between shooting and trying to get video everywhere, realistically, I couldn't really get footage to me until I got home. I wasn't able to really go through anything until I got home at night. And then at that point, I had a ton of things to go through. And Friday, we were there forever. And so it's like I didn't have a laptop at the track that I could use in between break sessions to edit anything. I could just kind of move footage around, and that was about it. And then we got home incredibly late Friday night, and then was up early Saturday. And even Saturday was a long day. And I had to... And Saturday night, I actually did all the interviews and stuff that we shot Friday. And so now it's Sunday, and I only have like one video done that I'm going to have to restart because of some new footage I got in, some other material that's coming in. So I don't know how many will be done and released by Monday, but I want to try to get them in order. So that I think... And Saturday was messy too. Like Saturday, we didn't really have a roadmap, so I don't know what we're going to do about Saturday. So I think what I might do, now that I'm game planning out loud, is I might release Friday and Sunday's recap on Monday, tomorrow, when it's supposed to be out. And then I'm going to experiment around with what to do with Saturday. And if I can't get anything good by the time everything needs to release, I'll probably just sit on it and then release it Tuesday morning as like a late release, because we do have some other videos that are going to be kind of late, just simply because I wasn't there for the recording, so I didn't have immediate access to the audio, and now I don't have the audio and I can't do anything with it. So we're having a few delays at the moment, but nothing too huge, I guess. Just super inconvenient the way everything timed out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, eventually this stuff's gonna come out, but I mean, it just takes gonna take a little bit of time. So.
Yeah, I greatly overestimated the scale of this project, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, now we know next time we go to. Excuse me. Next time we do this, we will be more prepared. Have better equipment. As far as editing, dumping videos, photos, making sure we're on top of everything. So.
Oh yeah, 100%. I said it like 8 times over the weekend to you while we were doing things. I plan on investing into a good laptop, so that way come October I can also start editing in between breaks and stuff at the track, because editing everything at 10 o'clock at night is not the move.
Yeah. It is not.
All right, so well, with that, I guess we can kind of wrap up this Vegas weekend. Some of it was a little unorganized, but I feel like overall we executed what we could pretty well to the best of our ability, having no budget, not amazing equipment, and just getting this amazing opportunity thanks to KPVMTV and LV.net.
For this, yep. Thank you very much for this opportunity to not only cover bowl weekend, but to get some exclusive interviews with certain drivers. We got Matt Jaskol, Tal Bodine, and Stan Mullis, which we do have up on our channel if you guys do want to check that out. Just a quick interview. We should have some post-race interviews up soon for Matt Jaskol and Tal Bodine. So
Yeah, as soon as I get my hands on that audio, I will be working on that.
Yeah. I mean, we can't leave out the snowy Vegas race.
Yeah. It didn't stick. It melted immediately when it hit the ground, but it was definitely snowing.
Yeah, but that was pretty neat to see. I guess the only thing I would say is that, do you think this Ryan Siege and Ty Gibbs feud's gonna continue on?
No, I don't think so. I feel like it was more of a heat of the moment thing. Like, if I was Sieg, I would have also been mad if I got bapped into the wall 4 laps into the race, but that's something Ty Gibbs is just gonna have to learn patience. Like, you can't be running people over 4 laps. He did take full responsibility for it, which I do appreciate. He could have tried to side shift the blame to everything, but he did come out and apologize, took full blame for it, and it's just something he has to learn. That they're longer races. He has a little bit of time to set this stuff up. So I feel like Sieg, being a family-owned team, I don't think he's going to go out of his way to take any petty revenge in a future race, because his car was already junked at that point, so I guess he figured he had nothing to lose, but I know he's not going to junk a perfectly good race car just to prove a point. And Ty Gibbs being Ty Gibbs, I don't think he's going to intentionally go out and do anything to Ryan Sieg to be petty either. I feel like what happened this weekend is what happened this weekend, and they can both put it to bed and move on. However, if they don't, you're allowed to play this back and say, "I told you so."
All right. Well, hopefully we don't have to say "I told you so."
No.
Hopefully it just ends. But yeah, I think it's for Gibbs. It was a little early for him to do that. I mean, yeah, I do appreciate him apologizing, but then again, sometimes it goes to show that sometimes sorry doesn't cut it. It's kind of like should have known better. But I mean, he'll move on. They'll both move on, and we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah. Where we going next? Phoenix. Cup. Yeah, we're going to Phoenix next. So that's a wrap on our Vegas weekend. Had a blast doing it once again. You're gonna hear this name a lot this over the next couple of videos or this video series that we did for Vegas. But once again, shout out to KPVMTV and LV.net for this opportunity. It's taken me a lot longer to edit this stuff than I wanted to, but you know, I'm one man. I can only do so much. But that's gonna be it for this weekend. I guess we're gonna wrap it up here. And oh, no points update this weekend actually. I don't really have time to go through the points and do all that, and so we're gonna do a double points update after Phoenix. So
Phoenix.
for those of you who are wondering about that, we're gonna do a double points after Phoenix. I just have a lot of footage to go through, a lot of things to edit, and so I just made the executive decision to just kind of set the fantasy points aside for now to focus on the bigger overall project.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right, so well, audience, I hope you enjoyed whatever I cook up and release. And Chris and I will see you in another in an actual normal back to normal video after Phoenix.
Yep. All right, guys. See you next time.
See ya.